Welcome back everybody. So this is gonna be a quick update video for you guys on stock market, and before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to get my daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and you want to support the channel, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. Welcome back everybody. So a couple things we need to talk about before we even get started here on this video. Jay Powell testimony, we just went through that today, and then tomorrow we do have Jay Powell speaking again. But I think the biggest move you'll see this week, that's gonna be on Thursday with that CPI coming out 8:30 a.m. Now on top of that, we also have PPI coming out Friday morning 8:30 a.m. So that is when I think you're going to see a lot of movement here on this market. Now what you saw today in this market was basically a lot of chop going back and forth, and market did absolutely nothing. Now on Dow Jones, absolutely flat on the day, only down 0.13%, Nasdaq going up 0.14%, so kind of a flat day also there, and S&P is more flatter than anything else in the market right now. I mean pretty much unchanged, only 4 basis points. Now Russell going down 0.44%. Now here's 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500, and big rally right here on financial, and this rally led by definitely JPM and Goldman Sachs going up absolutely ballistic today, and that is why financial leading the way here on top. Consumer cyclical, another name, and that is Tesla here going up also today. Utilities, healthcare, real estate. So you can see, I mean, you cannot even find technology anywhere here. It's actually in deep red today. And then we got energy also going down. So market playing a lot of games here in between these names, where you see one day technology going up like 3%, and the next thing you know that utilities also catching up a bit and now coming back up. So I think very soon you're going to see a directional move here in the market, especially with CPI and PPI and the speech from Powell tomorrow. Now here on stock market map, we got Microsoft finally going down 1.58%. Nvidia, on the other hand, well, they're rotating money back into Nvidia, just like I said before, up almost 2%. AMD today down 1%. Apple flat, Google flat, Meta flat, Tesla up almost 4%. Amazon only up 0.24%. And talking about financial right here, look at this rally led by JPM, Wells Fargo, Bank of America. I mean, all are firing up in all cylinders and going up to brand new all-time highs. Even some of these regional banks are doing okay, but we saw IWM actually pulling back, and it went green but ended up going down at the end just before closing. On Triple Q, it's absolutely flat on the day, and just like I said before, and you can see this trend line hitting exactly 500 to the pennies, brand new all-time high. And I actually got into some puts right here at 499.20. This thing pressed higher and then came back. I got paid, but not a lot of money. I mean, as a $2 move to the downside, sold here at 497, took profit, and then came down to even 496.24, and now trading near 498. Now with that CPI and Powell talking tomorrow, if there is a pullback and we stay below 500, watch out for a pullback down to rising 5-day moving average 494. And below that level, you're going to see a dump off down to this gap 491.17. And once we get under this gap 491, then we can talk about possibly coming down and retesting this breakout from right up here, previous all-time highs, and that's going to be around 487. Once we get under 487, then we can even talk about more downside. Until then guys, with something like this, a strong uptrend to the upside, you cannot call for more downside until the support breaks, and that's going to be 487, critical level. And right now, if there is a pullback tomorrow or maybe even Thursday, then watch out for 494. I mean, you can see, I mean, it's nowhere near 494. Forget about this gap at 491. But if things pushing higher with that CPI, gapping over 500, watch out for a move up to, I would say, 505 to 506. And I think that is also a weekly expected move, so you can go there definitely over 500. and that is what I'm watching. If this thing breaks and holds 500, it can really go there in a quick time, just like it did before. But if this thing actually stays under 500 and you don't see anything happening, then definitely pullback is due, at least I would say down to this gap 491.17. On DIA, slightly down on the day, kind of a flat day, but I played DIA calls and pretty much got out exactly. Let me show you guys right here on this 5-minute chart. So what happened here on DIA? This thing flushed all the way down to 391.47, low for the day, and I think this is where I actually got in right here. And then this thing came back, went back up, and when I saw this flag, I knew that this thing is going back up and sold pretty much at the top. My 395 calls pretty much got out exactly on this candle, and then from there this thing sold off all the way down to almost 393. Now if you look at my screen, 393, now that's a strong level because top of this wedge, 5-day moving average, and that is where it's trying to hold right here. If this thing can hold right here, guys, 393, we could see a push easily over 395. It should go up to 400 plus, and that's gonna be a brand new all-time high on Dow Jones after a lot of consolidation. Now if this thing breaks under 393, next I put down here 391 to 390, 20 and 50-day moving average, and then we can talk about a dump off possibly down here at 386 and then 384. On IWM, it's down 0.44%, so this thing is getting really tight right here. Inside this wedge, that's one thing, and then it's getting a Bollinger Band squeeze right here. So I think explosive move is coming here on IWM very soon. We need to get over 203. If that happens, you're going to see 205, 207, and possibly even 210. Below 200, that's gonna be your line in the sand for tomorrow. Below 200, watch out for 198. As soon as 198 gives up, it's not gonna play to the upside. You need to get out right here at 198. Under 198, this thing can flush down to 193 and possibly down to even 188. So this could be a nice play if you can catch it, and if this thing actually breaks out to the upside or breaks down under 198, then play it to the downside. But I think the way this thing is squeezing, we just need some sort of a news. Maybe that CPI can do it and we get that breakout over 203, and soon as that happens, this thing is gone easily. You're going to see at least I would say 207 to 210 on IWM. On SPY ETF, also a flat day. I mean, basically we're nowhere and hitting a brand new all-time high and then coming off and now trading at almost 556. Now if you look at my screen, you can look at this right here. Volume is drying up as we go higher and higher, and the candles are getting smaller and smaller. Look at this one, and then this one, and then this one. Look at the one from that was actually Monday, and look at the one from today. So these are just getting smaller. Volume is not even there like it was before. So where from here? I mean, this thing is up so much year to date. We talked about it before in my video. Triple Q is up 46% since that we got that pullback last year in October. That thing is up 46%. Usually they go up what, 20%? That's a lot, right? But 46%, and thanks to Magnificent 7 going up and exploding up to a brand new all-time high pretty much every day. And even today, I think some of these stocks hitting brand new all-time high, at least I think Google. So here on SPY ETF, guys, there will be strong support on any pullbacks, 553, rising 5-day moving average. Below that, watch out for a dump off, possibly down here. That's going to be around 550. And once we get under that level, then we can talk about possibly 546, rising 20-day moving average, and then 543. Now SPY ETF can break and hold this all-time high from today, 557.18. Then watch out, even though this thing is overbought, can continue this rally up to 560 and possibly even higher from there. On VIX is up 1.13%, so I don't like to talk about VIX that much, but some things are happening behind the scenes. And I saw yesterday, I did not cover stock market yesterday, a lot of VIX calls are coming in, 45 strike. Now, is it gonna go there? Well, I don't know. It might be hedging, right? It could be anything, but a lot of people buying VIX calls 45. So if that happens, they're seeing something that we're not seeing. And I see a lot of retail traders, investors, and not people with like 5-10 years of experience, but people that are new in this market chasing stuff. So they can get caught off guard. If there is a big sell-off, let's say SPY or Qs go down 2-3%, it can go down. Absolutely it can, and it'll be healthy. Even if it goes down 3% in just one day, I mean, I know it's not gonna happen on most cases, but it can happen, right? If it happens, it can happen. It's not happening, so a lot of people are just taking that advantage, and they think that all market will never come back down, and I'm just gonna buy calls. Every dollar dip, I'm just gonna buy and buy and buy. Well, at one point, this is how they trap people, because things are going up, 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 and you're just chasing, 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 and then you're like, oh, I made so much money, I'm just gonna put all in here, and then you're done, right? How many times that actually happened to people like us? Happened over and over. So you got to be really careful. And when I say this, there are some people out there like, oh, he's bearish. No, it's not about being a bull or bear. I'm the biggest bull when there is a dip in the market. But where is the dip? Tell me, where is the dip and what should I buy? Where is the dip? Can I buy any mega cap stocks? No. Can I buy anything here except I would say IWM? There is no dip. Even Dow Jones, I mean, only like $7-8 off from all-time highs. So what can I buy? Everything at all-time highs. Do you buy at all-time highs, or you wait for a pullback and then you buy into the market? That's how it works. But some people like chasing, so they would say, oh, market is not coming down, it's going up another 20%. No, it just don't work that way. It can go up, I'm not denying that, but you're pretty much risking everything here on top and just thinking that things will just push even higher. So $45 calls are coming in, guys. That's the case on VIX. Now, it needs to get over 13. And soon as that happens, maybe Wednesday or actually Thursday with the CPI, if this thing gets over 13, then we might see a push up to 15. Now, just like IWM, look at these Bollinger Bands right here on VIX, squeezing. So this one here also, we might see explosive move. And from these kind of squeeze from Bollinger Bands on something like VIX, I mean, this thing is already low. I mean, you're talking about $11-12. So definitely there is a huge upside potential right here on VIX, and that is why they're buying $45 calls. So watch out for a breakout, a mini breakout over 13, and if that happens, wait for the big breakout over 15. That's going to be the line here. If this thing gets over 15, that is when you're going to see a lot more selling. Like I said, 2-3% down in just one day on SPY and Qs. Now to the downside, well, this thing has nowhere to go. Possibly come back and retest these lows down here, and that's going to be around $12 to $11.80 right here on VIX. So the dollar going up slightly on the day and is staying above 105, and again, dollar finding support where? I mean, look at this, guys. This trend line right here off of these lows, so holding and pretty much getting really tight here on this weekly time frame. If this thing breaks out over 106, holds 106, then game over. You're going to see explosive move, and I'm talking about a big move here on dollar where this thing can go up to like 110, maybe even 115. So that can happen because I'm looking at weekly time frame, and when you look at a longer time frame, things can happen in a big way, but it always takes some time. But you can here on dollar, you can see it's holding this trend line, which is still bullish. It's holding this uptrend. Now from 105, as long as 105 can hold, this thing can push back up to the upside and can easily come back up and retest 106 again. So watch out for that, and we get that breakout on daily and weekly time frame over 106. Dollar can hold right here, then watch out for explosive move, and this thing can move even higher, easily up to, I would say, 110 to even 115. So dollar is on the rise, getting a bounce off of this level 105, and now this thing might be coming back up to retest top of this wedge, and that's going to be around 106. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated.